do is that Robin's presentation very usefully highlights some of the very important issues that form a very good basis for our discussion. And one of the issues that he raises that there are a number of very important, highly related issues which are not really covered in this consultation paper. And one of those areas is about demand-side management. And I feel that from this survey exchange document, this point has been made, but I feel that the importance of the demand-side management is not really fully put in this document. So in my commentary, I would like to elaborate a bit on this and then make a number of recommendations from our perspective. So the limitations on the scoping of this consultation, the overlooking demand-side management. The point that I want to make is that this is an issue which will have profound implications on our field mix discussion. So that's why it should be taken well in this consultation. And then I would like to share two observations about the development of demand-side management in Hong Kong recently. One of them is about CLP. That CLP in the last couple of years, they have successfully helped their large clients, which they categorize as the commercial and industrial clients. And then a dozen of them participate in their demand-side management programs, and they did well in the sense that many of them were able to cut their consumption like 10 to 30% of their consumption. Another good encouraging development that I would like to share with you is about Swire property. This development in past few years, they were able to make consumption reduction in their buildings quite substantially, and then they have made further quite ambitious reduction target in the next few years, that they are committed to reduce like 17% of their buildings consumption by year 2020. So the point I'm going to get to is that these CLP and Swire properties, they are very important stakeholders, and these two experiences are very important real experience in demand-side management in Hong Kong, in the sense that those C&I clients in CLP, those commercial industrial clients, they are not, perhaps they are small in number, that they are now like having 18,000 C&I clients out of their 2 million clients in CLP. But they are small in number, but they are very important in the sense they contribute to 30% of the revenues of CLP. So you can have a sense how large is the scale of their electricity consumption. Swire property, on the other hand, and other developers, they are also important stakeholders in demand-side management, in the sense that buildings in Hong Kong, they are aware that 90% of our electricity are consumed, and where 60% of our emissions are produced. So the way that I want to put all these pieces together is that in Hong Kong right now, we have recent developments in demand-side management, and we can identify key stakeholders here who can be the leaders in this area. Like CLP, if the schema control can be revised, I think what it briefly mentioned that is this consultation is also about how schema control should rebuild, should be modified. So if the schema control can have a new regulatory conditions that provide incentives for CLP to do much better on demand-side management. So that would be a completely different story in our field mix issue discussion. So demand-side management, we do see that these have profound implications on the field mix discussion. And then, particular benefit here is the concept of megawatt. That 1 megawatt of reduced power from energy efficiency, or you say demand-side management initiatives, is as good as 1 megawatt of power that we get from importing from Guangdong or from using more natural gas. And they have added benefits in the sense that they are more decentralized, they are close to where we need to use electricity. And then what more is that they are widely regarded as the least cost energy options. So Robert mentioned that the price, electricity price, energy prices would be one thing that are very key concern in this discussion. So I think that's why demand side management, from all these aspects, they should be taken into full consideration in a discussion like this. Of course, now in this consultation, we are approaching the end of it, but it doesn't mean that we cannot do anything. So we, as Bob mentioned, very likely we will have upcoming consultation on related issues. So I think we can all make this together in the very near future of the energy consultation. Another point I would like to make is about the limitation of this consultation, is about the quality of the information. So we can identify that there are three major limitations in terms of the quality of information. First limitation is about adequacy. That I think for all of us who sit here in this room, that we can easily list out list of questions that we want to ask about these different possible options. So there are many unknowns that we now face before we can make sensible or informed decision. So adequacy is one key issue. Another limitation is about the quality of the discussion that such sort of information can be able to generate. In the sense that I think that there are limitations in terms of how we are able to create dialogues or useful or constructive debates on this issue. Energy issues like this are special in the case that they are related to, I feel mixed issues, like they are related to a number of very complex related issues like climate change impacts and then lots of uncertainties in the future relating to like energy prices as Robert mentioned. And then in this context, the public have to make very difficult trade-offs. So that's why information, the quality of the information provided in the consultation is critical. But yet, with such a limitation in the availability of data or information in this consultation, then it is very difficult for stakeholders who are interested to have constructive dialogues or even debates on different perspectives. Okay? Another limitation is about we really don't have the opportunities to counter-check the claims made by different parties. With in energy issues like this, different experts would, it's possible that different experts will come to different judgment on specific issues. CLP and Hong Kong Electric may draw different conclusions on the impact of reliability, for example. NGOs and government perhaps would have different judgment on different energy implications that is derived from fuel mix changes. So all these claims, we need proper platform to counter-check different claims before we can really make well-informed decisions or sensible decisions. So I think I would like to end my commentary with a more optimistic note that in our view, what can we do in the near future concerning energy futures that we can do better? With all these understanding of the shortcomings of this consultation, there are two recommendations I would like to make. First is that the first area that we can improve is to better link the technical expertise, stakeholders' experiences, as well as public values in all these energy consultation. Technical expertise are very important in a consultation like that because scenarios, modelings are very difficult, very important critical information for the public to understand different options and what are the risk benefit trade-offs that we have to make. Stakeholder experience like those from CLP and Hong Kong Swire properties that I just mentioned are also very important because they bring in important real information for us for our experts to further modify or refine the modelings or scenario development. Okay, so public values, I think these are very often overlooked areas in our consultation in the sense that, like what we just mentioned for the nuclear option, it is a very good example to show how public values can be critical. in the sense that the nuclear the nuclear choice for Hong Kong people is not just about the governance issue of the nuclear regulator in China in our context, which is most relevant. But it's also is about some, it can be related to some ethical issues that whether it is okay for Hong Kong people to use nuclear, which is important from London, but we leave the radioactive waste in your backyard, not in my backyard. So these are public values issues also involved. And of course, for other film mix issues or other supply side issues, there are other important public values that we need to take into account as well. My second recommendation is that we need to promote a more deliberative way of energy consultation. Deliberation, of course, is the key word here. Deliberation is different from conventional consultation. In a way, it places more emphasis on, firstly, provides good information to the consulted stakeholders. And then everyone will have good platform to come together, share different perspectives, and debate on different perspectives. And that is actually a learning process for everyone. And it is important for create common shared knowledge that is very critical for us to reach good informed decision. Okay, so there are some encouraging developments in terms of this more deliberative approach for engagement. In Japan, what happened after Fukushima is that the government conducted what they call the deliberative polling on their national energy policies. And then in Germany and in Denmark, they are also introducing what they call analytical and deliberative approach for engagement. So from what we learned from elsewhere, it seems that it's quite optimistic that Hong Kong, we can learn from all those good experiences, that we capture some of those good elements and integrate into our energy consultation in the near future. Okay, so that is what I would like to share at this moment. Thank you very much.